Hello everybody and welcome on in. It's been a couple weeks since I've been able to make any real content for you guys. I've been gone on holidays, but I'm finally back and done for the summer and just in time for Midyear Mayhem to hit ESO. Now I really wanted to try out a Nightblade build for the beginning of this Mayhem, but unfortunately I haven't been able to farm the required mythic item that I need for it yet. That being said, I just jumped on my Templar to see how Mayhem would be and to see how this build would do in the Mayhem environment, and I'll be honest, this is an incredibly good build for something like Midyear Mayhem. It's incredibly durable, has good firepower, and most importantly, it reflects a ton of damage back to attackers. And yeah, we're catching quite a few people by surprise today. There you see a huge explosion from the Blazing Shield Bone Shield combo, bringing both players to about half health there. And then I just quickly get back to some cover, throw those heals up, and then just re-go for that combo. Absolutely loving the durability of this build. It's a lot of dodge rolling, a lot of just keeping those shields up, and just getting those nice big explosions when the enemies jump on top of you. And here you can see that people are pretty unattracted to fight this build. They really don't want to commit a lot of time to you, and I think it's because of that really high hit point value. If you can do a good job keeping your shields up, yeah, people just don't want to fight you. I think that's really what it is. And I'm doing my best to just fight in the tower here, going for a little bit of a kite through them. I get a nice bit of an explosion with the shields there, reset my shields as I go through the doorway. There's the jabs, and I end up canceling the Dawnbreaker early because I thought I had a lot of damage coming in there and went for the shield. I think I should have gone for that Dawnbreaker. We definitely would have been able to seal the deal on that player, but he ends up coming up the stairs, hitting with one toppling charge, and the surprising amount of damage the jabs can do on a build like this, and we managed to bring that guy down. The rest of the yellow looked like they've retreated out of the area. I catch a nice stun on this guy, and then bring him down with the jabs before the power of the light even goes off. Now, I've been really enjoying this build. Midyear Mayhem's been pretty full of players. There's been a lot of people out there. It's been kind of tough to get some 1vx because the Zergs are very large. That being said, I managed to actually get a really good 2vx fight here with this Dragon Knight. And his name is Immovable Stone. He was actually in the stream while I was doing this fight, and we just happened to run into each other here while we're fighting a bunch of blue on the bridge. And here you can see there's already 3 bodies on the ground. Do my best to just put that jab pressure in. Nobody is targeting me. They are all going after him. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I've got over 50k hit points. And yeah, people are just not going to prioritize you as a target if you have hit points that high and you're fighting in a group. This is kind of good and bad. It makes it really easy for me to stay safe and not take a ton of damage, so I have a very low chance of dying in these kinds of fights before the friendlies do. However, at the same time, it means that I'm not going to be able to reflect as much damage back on the targets unless something's actually attacking me. So there you can see there's just a little bit of an intermission. More blue players come charging in here. He goes for his ultimate. I go for the charge. We get good damage into that player. Power of the light almost bringing him down, and I just kind of retreat out of there, reset my shields after getting pulled by the Dark Convergence, and then jump back on top of the guy that we had just put the pressure into. A couple jabs to bring him down, and Immovable put great pressure into that player. I just hit him with a couple jabs. He tries to block it. He still goes down. Get a good stun on the Dragon Knight from behind, and there's a friendly AD Nightblade. He was also watching the stream as well, and he's helping us try to get some kills here, but unfortunately I hit him with a huge Blazing Shield as he went charging in there, so he's got to be a little careful how he engages. There you see a huge shield explosion. The Dawnbreaker comes down, and Immovable goes for that leap. 3 blue players down just like that, and we managed to basically stop this entire blue push coming down this hill, and the last guy goes down there to the combined pressure, and this poor guy here gets ganked from the Nightblade too. And just like that, we've killed off most of the blue in this area, and me and Immovable, we just kind of wait here, seeing what other stuff we can fight. Honestly, I was pretty hyped that we just killed everybody, so we were just having a good time talking in stream. And then more blue players end up showing up. I start jabbing it out with this enemy Templar. He's got some pretty decent healing with his bubble up. I'm just going to make sure to keep my defenses up. There you see a big explosion from my shields, gets good damage into him, but he heals up really quickly as well. And I'm just going to go for a target shift in the back. This enemy Necromancer that just dropped the ultimate. I throw a bunch of jabs down and then follow the jabs with the Dawnbreaker. You can kind of hide that the Dawnbreaker's coming when you do that, catching him off guard with that stun. And then I managed to finish him off with a couple jab pokes. And then this guy here gets hit by a nasty counter from the friendly AD Nightblade there. And then I just stay on top of him, feed him the jabs, and the Nightblade jumps on too, and we just finish him off. One last blue player comes charging in here. He throws all his buffs up. I think I'm just going to keep an eye out to see if there are more blue coming. Don't really commit too much to attacking this guy. There's this stun to make sure that he goes down. And we're all just waiting for Power of the Light to kill him. He doesn't end up healing himself. The Nightblade hits him with one poke to bring him down. This guy, very squishy. And, yeah, I don't think he had a PvP build on, so he goes down right away. And we're just going to wait and wait for more players to come. But this time, Yellow ends up actually coming out of the keep. And Immovable's already on the front lines, trying to put damage into this first player. We get great damage into him, but he gets a nice crit off of his Honor the Dead, healing himself up right away. There is an enemy Necromancer there, too, who's going to be throwing him heals from the ghost there, so I just jump on top of the Necro, try to put some pressure into him. Taking a bit of pressure from the enemy Archer, I hit him with the Power of the Light and then turn around with my back to him. I kind of want him to feel like I'm not going to charge him when he has the Power of the Light. I maybe even shouldn't Power of the Light him to give him the warning that I'm coming, but I turn around again and just keep putting pressure on these two that are on top of Immovable, and he is so good on this Dragon Knight, man. He's doing such a great job tanking everything out. Looks like he just killed a player there as well with the Execute. I jump on top of this guy, hit him with this stun, and he gets saved by the Necromancer, just throwing enough healing power in there to save him. We did catch him with the stamina down there, and then he throws his own heals down, and I'm unable to capitalize that. I just right away switch to a different target. I'm trying to position myself where I will be attacked a little bit more, just kind of put myself in the middle of AD, but they really don't want to focus me. Honestly, it's like a blessing and a curse of this build. My firepower is going to be a little lower, but again, they're just not attacking me. They're trying to go after Immovable. He is very bulky on that DK as well, so I just keep pressure up on this enemy Necro who's trying to slink away here, get him with some nice jabs. The dodge from the Dawnbreaker ticking, and he just manages to break enough distance that he gets the heal there. And by the time I hit the second stun, he's already healed up quite a lot. I go for another Power of the Light on him, hit him with a couple jabs, and he just keeps throwing down the support for his team there. I switch targets right away to this enemy Templar, seeing he's a little bit lower health. There's the Dark Convergence pulling everybody in. Immovable doing a great job just tanking out the damage here. He's got a very, very strong block, and there I get a great interrupt stun on that enemy Templar. He does manage to get the heals in time, but I buy Immovable the time he needs to put the damage in to finish off another yellow player there, and I just keep rotating those shields, keeping them up, throwing down my little healing circle as well, and then I jump on top of this guy after hitting with the Power of the Light. A good stun there. I go for the elemental weapon, or sorry, crushing weapon to get the debuff on him, just getting a little bit more damage. The enemy Templar looks like he respawned or came back out. Oh, actually, we didn't kill him, so he's still alive. He's going for pressure on me. He ends up taking a lot of damage from my shields there, and then me and Immovable managed to get a nice synchronized combo on him to finish him off. And, well, I'll let you guys watch the rest of the fight. We basically managed to finish killing these yellow, but it takes a very long time to bring down the last couple of them. They do a great job staying alive. Either way, I had a lot of fun playing on Midyear, and if you guys haven't jumped in to play Midyear Mayhem, I highly suggest you do. This is going to be some of the best PvP all year, especially with the new patch coming, which is going to throw combat balance kind of up on its head again. This is the time to come and enjoy some PvP, I think. Of course, I've got a written guide and a video to this build. There's links down below in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. And you can find more written guides to my builds on my website, KristoferESO.com. Check out my Twitch for live gameplay, my Twitter if you want to keep up to date with me. And of course, if you have an awesome fight or a build you want to see featured on the channel, you can send that to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. We're sponsored by What the Fast, a VPN for gamers, free to try. There's a link down below for you guys. A massive thank you to all of my patrons on Patreon for supporting the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I hope to have some better footage for you guys coming forward. This was my first day back in about 2 weeks, so I had a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys out there in PvP, and have a great night, everybody. I'll see you next time.